Hello everyone and welcome to a different type of topic today. So I want to talk about rank anxiety and how to deal with it. Now, before I begin, let's first say, what is rank anxiety? Well, rank anxiety is literally what it stands for. You're playing rank and you're worried. You're worried that, you might not do well in a video game. It could be a fighting game. It could be, I don't know, Call of Duty or something. Any video game that has a ranked mode, which is most of them, obviously it's a lot of them. That's kind of like, rank is pretty much the main, mode that a lot of people are going to play. It's very competitive, so a lot of people are going to play it. Now, why is the anxiety there? Why do people get, a little nervous here? Well, the reason being is because, it's very competitive. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to play that specific game and, are very good. And that makes it very intimidating for certain people. They might lose and they don't want to sacrifice their rank for that, which is all of us. Trust me, none of us want to deal with that. But we want to keep ranking up so that way we can get better and improve from said game. Now, how do we deal with rank anxiety? How do we manage to make it more sufficient to us? How do we make it more viable? Well, that's a good question. And I'm here to try to see how we can cultivate with that. So, how do we deal with rank anxiety? Well, one of the first few steps is remain calm. Literally, that's one of the great steps you can take. Remain calm. Look, I know it can be very tough, especially for fighting games specifically. In fighting games, it's very difficult. Trust me, it is very difficult to stay at top level. But if you just keep the pressure off, hey, look, use that pressure as good pressure. Think of it as, something to motivate you. Despite it being there to be a little bit, intimidating, use it as fuel to get you through it, because it actually might help you out in that case. You might actually feel like, oh, I'm really nervous, but actually I feel excited. Think of it as excitement for you. Look at it as something to actually be positive. Look at that as a positive aspect. If you can do that, that's already a good first step. Now, how do we get beyond that? Now, when you actually don't want to feel too stressed, warm up a little bit, warm up. That's all. Warming up will always do you wonders sometimes, because you don't want to go into a ranked match sometimes unless you're confident, but you don't want to go into a ranked match and decide to be like, oh shit, I might actually lose. That's one of the worst things you can do, not being prepared. So like in fighting game wise, you don't want to fucking you don't want to like go into a match without without mentally preparing yourself, and also, doing well, making sure you're performing good. You don't want that to happen to you. Trust me, it's not going to work out. So be sure to take the time to actually train a little bit, or, do some drills, do some combos that you don't want to, or actually not just combos, but whiff punishes. Make sure you're sidestepping certain moves, or this is Tekken specifically, but this doesn't just apply to Tekken. This is also for Street Fighter. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. It doesn't matter what game it is. It really doesn't matter. So apply to any fighting game that you play, and work that way to your advantage. Trust me. Make sure you're doing your whiff punishes correctly. Make sure you're sidestepping certain moves, right? Make sure you're doing your shimmies for all my Street Fighter fans, all my 2D fighting game players out there, and also make sure you don't whiff, honestly. But that's easier said than done. Now, look, rank anxiety may be shitty sometimes, but to get past this, another way to get past this is don't worry about winning. Worry about performance. The rank will come as you go. Performance is definitely the most crucial thing. that goes to what I just said not that long ago. Your whip punishes, your combo game. Obviously combos aren't everything, but they very much help indeed. A lot of factors to consider. Your defense, crucial defense, even though these fighting games are definitely heavy based on offense, but still, I cannot stress enough, grabbing in games, like, throwing your opponent, you definitely want to tech those grabs. So tech the throw, as they say. But yeah, defense definitely. Yeah, it's easier said than done. I know, it's easier said than done. But definitely, if you just take the time to practice all that, it's a lot of work. But it's better to worry about performance, like I said, than a rank. Definitely worry more about performance. It's definitely better that way. Another idea / tip is also notice what your opponent is doing as you fight. It doesn't matter if it's Street Fighter or Tekken or Mortal Kombat. Focus on what your opponent is doing. For example, I'll give a Street Fighter example. Maybe, hey, your opponent is neutral jumping quite a lot. So, I'll give this advice to characters like Chun-Li and Cammy, because I play those characters. You could do one to two things. You could do a lot of things really, but I'm just gonna say a couple things. You could air grab them, which not a lot of people expect, so you could do that. You could just do an anti-air punish, which is, requires the cannon spike, the tensho, you guys know what I mean. Or just your down fierces. Your down fierces can definitely work too. What else could you do? You could try and do a super depending on the character. Like Chun-Li's Kikosho can definitely, catch them off guard, that can work too. Yeah, it really depends on what character, obviously, but definitely focus on that. Definitely. Or what you could do a jump MP, jump medium punch, and it'll actually do a juggle. You can do a follow-up. That's for Street Fighter advice. Now for Tekken, well, in this case, look at the Jin player I'm fighting right now, right? He did power crushes, and these power crushes give you armor. Like right there. I went for a little punish there, but go for a grab. That'll actually help out quite a lot. In this case, June has a grab where she can actually floor break. Use that in this case. That will definitely help a lot in certain situations where you might think that, oh, I am actually lost. I don't know what to punish. That, like, grabbing someone out of their fucking power crush can definitely help. And as you can see, I do not, I am failing at that, I won't lie, but still, it's definitely a viable idea. So that way, right, you see right there, he did it again. Notice what your opponents are doing. Catch them in the middle of the act in their attacks. Like, he did down two again, and I went for a punish. Know your punishes. Knowing your punishes can be very helpful sometimes. So yeah, knowing your punishes is vastly important, and there's a lot more to it. I mean, look, those are a few steps. I'm not gonna go on a full list. I don't want to bore you guys. But yeah, just know your punishes. Try to bait your opponents. Definitely, most baiting can be really good. Try to go for a move and actually switch up on them. That can be very useful. And yeah, it's just very helpful to know. And also, I cannot say know your punishes without just saying you gotta know the matchup. You have to definitely know the matchup. I cannot stress that enough. That's definitely another thing for rank tips. In case for fighting games, you have to know the matchup in certain instances. Look, I fought the Leroy player earlier in the video, and I barely knew the matchup. However, I adapted to the Leroy's playstyle, and trust me, it wasn't really easy doing that. I just want to say, look, everything that I'm saying here, rank is fucking stressful. Everything that I'm saying, it just cultivates that rank can be mentally taxing. And games, especially like Tekken, Street Fighter, it can be, it can be stressful. it can be really stressful, y'all. So trust me when I say this. It's definitely not easy. I'll tell you that. And that was my promotion, by the way. That clip right there was definitely my promotion. So yeah, it's mentally taxing to deal with rank. But besides that, honestly, besides, you know, dealing with it, it's really fun. Don't get me wrong. Rank matches can be competitive as hell, but you know, it can be really fun. It's just, look at it that way, you guys. Don't think like too negative about it. You know, like, don't think that, oh, like, I lost this match, I did horrible, I did, you know, absolutely the worst or anything. No, don't think like that. Think, oh, okay, I lost, I'm gonna do better next time. Look at that, look at this right here. In this clip, I was fighting this Lily player, right? This Lily player did a lot of lows, and that's what I noticed in this Lily player's play style. And look, right there, another low. Another low again, I just low parried. I low parried. Noticing stuff like that can definitely be very useful. And look, you see, I whiffed my my heat burst, and that cost me the match. Or at least the round, I mean. So noticing stuff like that will definitely help you in your guys' game plan. So I hope like all this info that I'm telling you guys will become useful in your guys' matches. Like, whether it could help you, you know, get out of like a specific rank, I'm sure, you know, it's like I said, it can be easier said than done, but you know, at the very least, if it can help, I am very glad it did. You see, look, she tried to do a snake edge, I blocked it and went for a punish. But you have to just notice things. Snake edges in this game, or in Tekken in general, are they're reactable, but fuck, it feels like you cannot react to it sometimes, you know? You see, look at that. That Lily player saw that I kept doing lows too. That's what I'm saying. This Lily player is adapting. This Lily player is adapting to my play style. You see, I had to switch it up on Lily. And I win the match because of it. So, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this helps you out in your rank matches, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, y'all.